So I'm not sure if you've noticed, but social media has started to look a lot different lately, and it's moving in a different direction pretty fast. The most common advice that I've heard, and it's actually pretty old and outdated now, but I still hear it everywhere, is that you need to pick a niche, you need to make content around that niche, and that you need to sell a digital product tied to that niche. That's why so many people are out there selling courses, these digital products like these templates for low ticket. But the problem is that it's old and outdated advice, and so many people are struggling to grow because they're following this advice. Everyone's following that same blueprint, but their content all looks the same. They're all selling the same thing. And when everyone niches down in that same way, it really just creates a saturated market where no one benefits from it. How many times have you seen this content? The best business model to start this year. How I made $90,000 doing SMMA. How I made $80,000 doing drop shipping yesterday. I'm driving a Lambo at 22. I just bought my first G-Wagon at 20. People are tired of seeing this content, and really it's just, I know people are trying to flex and they're trying to entertain people, but really it's just kind of getting boring seeing that. Just think about it. You open up your feed on YouTube right now and you see like 20 of these videos. You're most likely not even going to watch them unless they're from your favorite creator, because you know nothing about these people, you know nothing about how they started their business, and it's just not interesting because you see it everywhere now. And that's the problem with it. Most people nowadays in this space are just trying to copy someone else. They're trying to be the next Iman Gadzhi. They're trying to be the next Alex Hermosi. They're trying to be the next Sam Ovens. They're just trying to be someone they're not, instead of being unique to themselves, and they're forcing themselves into this box with a bunch of other creators that are already trying to do that too. When you niche down like this, you just strip away everything that makes you unique, and you just become a copycat of someone else. And the more generic your content becomes, the more it becomes like these people that have already had success, that already have their own brand. The less trust you build, because you're just like everybody else. You have nothing unique to sell. You're just a copycat of someone. So how do you actually stand out on social media nowadays, and what is this shift that I'm talking about? Well, the real way you stand out now is actually by not having a niche. It's by becoming a brand of one, by being unique to yourself and creating your own brand from your own life experiences, from your own personality, from your own story, because your life and who you are is one of one. Nobody can copy that. And that's the unique mechanism that will help you grow that following that you want, because people will connect with you. They're not connecting with a copy of someone. They're connecting with a new person, a new story, something that is actually interesting, and not the same things that they've heard over and over again, not the same things they've seen over and over again. Your personal brand is actually the differentiator that makes you stand out. It's called the personal brand for a reason, because it's personal to you. You can build a profitable business online without having a traditional niche. You don't need to talk about your SMMA. You don't need to talk about your e-commerce business. You can talk about yourself. You can talk about all your hobbies, all the things you enjoy, and you can create a niche and sell your product that way. Now let me explain more on that. People don't buy because they want to learn from you. They don't buy because, well, yes, they do buy because they want to learn from you when you're selling coaching and things like that. But what I'm saying is, they don't buy because they learned things from your YouTube channel. They don't buy because they learned things from your Instagram. They buy from you specifically because they trust you, they relate to you, and they see themselves in you. They see a version of themselves in your story. They see that they relate to you, and they feel like they can obtain the things that you've obtained just because they relate to your story. And I really think Bread Scales is a very good example of this. And before you say that he's one of those kids that are driving Lambos around at 20 and flexing online, yes, he is, but he has so many unique mechanisms in his brand that made him stand out from everybody else. One of those mechanisms is freelance brand scaling, which is actually the business model that he has. This business model is essentially running ads for companies, which is the same thing as SMMA, but he attached a unique name to it, which made people curious about what this new business model is and how this kid got so rich so fast. He actually, in his VSL on his website, he talks about how he played Fortnite all day and he was just a normal kid who wanted to change his life. And so many people can relate to that, including myself. You know, I used to play Fortnite, I used to play video games all day. It's something that so many guys like myself can relate to. And that's really what made his brand so powerful, because it wasn't the same old thing. It was something new. It was something that people could relate to, and that's how he blew up so fast. And he had a unique content style as well. He was posting on TikTok, on Instagram, just these raw videos of him talking to the camera, you know, making jokes and stuff. And that really hadn't been seen before. Before that, business content was actually pretty serious, like just people, like I said, making the best business models to start this year, just like serious content. But he put a whole new dynamic on it and made like this funny kind of content that wasn't serious, and that's why he blew up. People are tired of people trying to be perfect all the time. They want to relate to you. They want real humans. That vulnerability in your videos actually creates more connection. I don't know about you, but when someone shows their real life, the behind the scenes of their life, I relate to that more than them posting all their wins where they're sitting in front of their supercars and stuff. A good story creates emotional buy-in. It creates a good personal brand. And it creates trust, which really is what you need to sell any sort of product. It's the number one thing you need in business is trust. People don't buy from you unless they trust you. You're not going to go buy from somebody that you don't know. You're going to buy from somebody that you trust, that you like, and you actually thoroughly enjoy who they are and watching their content. And that comes with consistency, transparency, and authenticity. Your life experiences become a way of building trust with the people watching your content. So just why not just document your life? Share what's on your mind, you know? I think one of the most transformational creators in the online business space has been someone like Daniel Dalen, because he does exactly this throughout his vlogs. He shares who he is. He shares the highs and the lows of his everyday life of being an entrepreneur. And he really just goes to show that your brand can just be your personality. He doesn't make specific educational content where he teaches you something. He teaches you everything that he knows. He shares advice with you, but it's not a direct watch this video to learn this thing. It's watch this video to be entertained, to learn about me, to learn about my life. And along the way, you'll learn things about business, you'll learn things about me, you'll learn life experiences, you'll learn everything. He honestly positions his brand so well, and it's really the direction YouTube is headed in right now, because to be honest, people want to buy from people. They don't want to buy from someone teaching them a specific thing. That's what college is for, okay? If you want to go and learn a certain thing, a certain niche, you go to college, you purchase that class, and you go show up to the class and learn that class. But on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok, all these platforms, people want to learn from actual people nowadays. Many people can solve one problem. I could look up how to start an SMMA right now, and so many people can tell me how to do it. And many people offer that service. Many people offer courses on this. But I may want to buy from one person, and another person watching the same content may want to buy from another person. because there's differences within these programs. Even though they teach you the same thing and get you the same result, the difference is the positioning, the identity, and the relatability. And it's the same exact thing with me. You know, someone might be wanting to learn about personal branding and how to start a personal brand, and they might choose to work with me in my coaching program, or they might choose to go to another creator and work in their coaching program. You know, someone might be a 25-year-old. They can relate to the fact that I'm a 25-year-old building a business right now and they work with me. Or there might be someone that's a 20-year-old that watches another 20-year-old creator and relates to them more because they're the same age. It's not because of skill or certain things, it's because of the connection you build and the relatability you build with somebody. You are the product yourself. Don't be afraid to show all of who you are and everything that encompasses you, your hobbies, the things you're interested in, even if it has nothing to do with your niche, you know? Like, for example, my niche is the business niche, but I could tell people that I enjoy playing Pokemon. It's like one of my favorite video games. That's something that people can relate to, and that might make someone choose me over another person to work with. It's just little things like that that you can share. Your story is what does the convincing. It's what sells your program, your products, whatever you're trying to sell. Your past struggles are going to help people solve theirs. People can see their self in your younger self. The person that's 2 steps behind sees themselves in you. Your journey and the way you got somewhere becomes the offer, because you're not trying to sell what you're teaching people, you're trying to sell the outcome. That is one of the most important things you can learn in business, and that's really what a strong personal brand does for you. As you grow as a person, obviously, your goals are going to change too, and your challenges are going to evolve, but your audience will grow with you. Now, if you're stuck in a niche like SMMA, no one's going to see that growth because you're stuck talking about certain topics. You can never change anything. You're just teaching the same thing over and over. That's why being able to show growth in your content gives you unlimited product ideas. It gives you unlimited offers. It gives you unlimited things that you can sell, because people are interested in you. They're not just interested in what you teach. So how do you actually build a niche of one? Well, it's pretty simple. In your content, you just need to document. You need to share stories. Don't be afraid to be vulnerable. Just show people who you are. Show them the things that you've learned in your life. Tell them why you started your business, who you are, and what you want to do. Just share anything that's relatable. You know, like I said, your brand is your story, and honestly, it's not going to happen in a single video either. You need to share a ton of videos. You need to share a ton of stories, because a brand is built over time. Especially some of the top brands out there, you'll notice that they'll keep all their old content up, and that's for a reason. People enjoy seeing the entire story behind a personal brand. And that's why I don't get why some people will have this need to wait until they're already making thousands a month, wait till they're already successful to post their story. No, you need to start now. You just need to start posting regardless of where you are on your journey. Build that story and build the journey that people want to follow. Build the business that people want to buy from, because the new direction that we are starting to go in is buying from people, not buying from businesses, not buying to learn certain things, but buying the outcome. You are the niche and you are the product. People follow you for your beliefs, your story, your perspective on things, your views. No one else is exactly like you, and that's how you become the niche. That's how you build your own one-of-one brand. If you're interested in learning more about personal branding, or you need help building out funnels to drive more leads into your business from your personal brand, that's exactly what I do within my consulting program, Brand Launch. I'm not going to go too much more into detail, but there will be a link in the description that you can click on and feel free to apply to. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.